extra points missed, loom large.
That's all right.
Go Ducks!
That's right.
That's what we asked for. Hey guys, my name is Jake.
And I'm Alan.
And together we should be golfing. My goodness, I am so happy we were wrong last week.
So happy.
Wow, what a game.
Oh, man.
I mean, there's too little time to discuss all of the crazy games, all the overtimes. You know, obviously Penn State took down USC in overtime, and we had LSU beat Ole Miss in overtime.
Yep.
But the game of the week lived up to the bill. My goodness gracious.
I tell you what, we can't talk enough about it, so we're gonna have to keep it quick.
Yeah, so obviously we picked last week in an overtime, first overtime we've ever had on the channel for our prediction series.
Yeah.
We ended up going 27-23 Ohio State over Oregon, and we signed off by saying that we hoped like hell we were wrong.
Were we?
We were wrong. Oregon ends up taking down Ohio State 32-31 in an instant classic. I'm getting goosebumps literally right now thinking about the fact that not only was the weather perfect, you had game day there, you had Pat McAfee jumping on chairs, which we love you, Pat. He's absolutely not for everybody, but he's definitely for me. Jury's still out on Alan.
I take him in moderate doses.
Okay.
I like his energy.
Pat in moderation for Alan.
Yeah.
Pat overdosed for me. Love him to death. But not only was the weather perfect, we had great seats. Mm-hmm. I'll throw a picture in here so you guys can kind of see where we were at. All of what happened at the end of the game happened right directly in front of us, so we couldn't have picked a better spot. And obviously there's a little bit of luck involved with that. But not just that, it was so freaking loud.
I seriously think I busted my hearing aids. If y'all didn't know, I wear hearing aids, and yeah, I might have to get some replacements.
So at one point, they had the decibel meter towards the end of the game, and it was hovering about 120 decibels pretty much the entire game. And then at the end, they showed it, and it spiked to 135. So,
which is jet noise.
Yeah, you're 10 feet away from a jet engine when it's taking off, and by jet, we mean like a Boeing 737.
Yeah, it was something else.
I'll throw a clip in of one of the more loud moments in the game right here for you. And just to cap it off, Dan Lanning, you are a master. We're building your statue already. In fact, I've called the Statue Makers of America Guild, whatever.
In the athletic department.
Yeah, I've called them. We are working on it now. So just keep down the path you're going, and I think good things are coming. But what a program win, as Dan would say. He ran that 12th guy onto the field.
The jury's out whether that was on purpose or not.
It was absolutely on purpose.
Absolutely
on purpose. And in the moment, as a fan, we're sitting there and we're like, what the bleep are we doing?
Why did he call timeout?
Well,
that's my first thing.
He called that timeout, and then not only that, but then we run that penalty, and you're not realizing the magnitude of it.
Yeah.
You know, in the moment where, you gave up 5 yards, but you had 12 guys on the field to stop Ohio State's ridiculously good outside talent, wide receiver-wise. Which this was just an offense fest, right? But bottom line was they traded 5-yard penalty for 4 valuable seconds, and it ended up being a genius move because you have that bozo behind center for Ohio State, Will Howard, or as I like to call him, Will Levis Howard, who played a great game, but it just generally kind of crumbled down there at the end. Tripped and fell on that what we thought was a sack in the moment because it was all the way across the field from where we were sitting. But completely tripped and fell. Threw a couple of dimes down the stretch there. But you got to slide with more than no seconds left on the time. That was Dak Prescott a couple years ago. I mean, you just throw all of the superlatives out of how bad that decision was on his behalf. Also, how bad of the coaching it was for Ohio State.
Yeah, for sure.
Ryan Day is a fraud. He just is.
They should have ran the ball. Not that I'm encouraging for them to win, but they definitely should have ran the ball.
Yep. First and 10 on the 27-yard line with 30 seconds left. You run the ball 3 times, make Oregon spend their timeouts.
Or at least run twice, and then if you really want to pick up 5 more yards for your kicker,
maybe.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, so anyway, we are so happy. We couldn't be any more excited. We'll show the field being rushed right now in our perspective.
Oh my God! Yeah!
And what a game. What a game. So Oregon moves on this week, short week. They play Purdue. The spoiler makers, as I'm calling them.
Exactly.
So I hope they do not pull in Alabama versus Vanderbilt, but that will be a very interesting game. I will actually be on an airplane headed to Maui on Friday, so very excited. Alan's staying home with the dog, so he'll have all the fun, and we'll send him all the Mai Tais back, at least pictures. So
yeah, pictures.
It'll be great. But Oregon versus Purdue, obviously we're not doing that game. Not really that interesting, at least it shouldn't be. But we are staying in the Big Ten. We have a great matchup this week between two, honestly, underranked teams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We got Nebraska playing Indiana in Indiana this week.
Yeah.
And Indiana's got it rolling this year. They're undefeated as of right now. I think they're 16.
No, they're 4-1, I think, right?
No, they're undefeated.
Oh, they're undefeated. Okay.
They're undefeated. They have it rolling. I think they're 16, 17, or 18. They're somewhere in there in the rankings. And I think their coach, he's a winner. So, we're ultimately looking at these teams in the Big Ten that are kind of in that second tier, not really being discussed. Obviously, the top tier is Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, rightfully so. We'll have Penn State playing Ohio State in a couple weeks here, and that's obviously a matchup that's circled on everybody's calendar. But Nebraska, close game, actually watched the game against Illinois and lost in overtime. Nebraska's quarterback is cosplaying as Patrick Mahomes, which really turns me off personally, but he's a great player. He's young too. Young Nebraska and Matt Rule has that program kind of starting to turn the corner a bit. So it's going to be a fun game, but without further ado, we'll get to the football. We'll get to the golf here, I should say.
Yeah.
This is a golf channel, believe it or not. So we'll kind of get into the rules here. Alan will explain that, but he's going to go first this week. And we find ourselves here at beautiful Victoria National Golf Club, which is a top 100 course in the United States.
Yeah.
Has 4 of the toughest holes in all of America on this course. So we'll go ahead and have Alan hop in here and hit some shots, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys, here we are at Victoria National Golf Club in Indiana. Just a beautiful course. It's actually ranked in the top 100 in the nation. Maybe not that well known, but if you're a golfer, you definitely know this. So it's amazing. As you can see, it's kind of an island green. I mean, there's a path to go over to it, but over water, tons of water on this course, which makes it really nice. It kind of reminds me a lot of courses here in Oregon. In our, like the Portland metropolitan area, there's a lot of courses like this. And what's interesting, I didn't notice till Jake pointed out, you see right over there, there's a fan. It gets real warm there. So they actually have a fan to cool off the greens, presumably so they don't dry out and get to become rock hard, okay? So I'm gonna take my first 10 shots here, and I'm up first for Indiana. And the rules are, we'll go over them again just in case you don't know. So anything within the gimme circle, which is 10 feet, is a touchdown, so 7 points. Any shot that lands within 20 feet is a field goal for 3 points. So I'm gonna take my 10 shots, then Jake will take his 10 shots, we'll add them together, and then we'll move to Nebraska and we'll just go from there. All right, guys, so before I take my first shot, we're gonna do a quick flyover. We'll do the heat map so we can see what we're up against here. And as you can see, it's, as long as you don't, move over to the left, it's gonna roll in. As long as you don't hit short, it's not gonna roll off. Looks pretty flat and looks pretty inviting there. So just not that tough of a green, as long as you don't hit short, which obviously you don't wanna do anyway. So, all right, here we go. Take my 10 shots. See if we can score some points for Indiana. A little long. We say it a lot on the channel, but in real life, I'd love that shot. It's true.
It's very true. Long again.
Long again.
A little better. Just outside of field goal range.
Yep. Got to get about 6.3 yards to get in field goal range. Boy. Think I should move down a club, Jake?
I don't know. It's right in between yardages. This is a tough yardage for you because you do hit that one about 120, 125.
Okay, I'll take another couple with the 45.
Yeah, and then if we're starting to run out,
Yeah.
that's going to land soft and be good. Wow, that's long.
Okay, one more with this, and then I'm gonna go back a club.
Almost good, just with a little slice on it.
It's still long though.
Yeah.
This is really, even though it's 114, this is about a 105, 107 shot because it's rolling up a little bit.
Yeah, it's only half a yard downhill.
It's weird. All right, guys, so I moved up to my 50-degree wedge here.
Yeah, honestly, I think you're going to be better off with the...
That's just getting way too much lift.
53.
I need like a 48.
Yeah. So you got 3 shots with this. Probably focusing on trying to hit just like a touch shorter backswing.
Yeah.
Just kind of feather one in there. Think like the Tommy Fleetwood kind of style deal.
That was the one. I just chanked it.
Yeah, no, you just pulled it.
Yep.
Came across early with your shoulders. All right, 2 more.
Well, you know what, Indiana? Sorry.
Here's one. 7 points. Let's go.
Love it. All
10
right, so-
times a charm.
Yeah, 10 times charm. All right, so we'll have Jake come up here and take his 10 and see what we can do.
All right, so 7 points from Alan there for Indiana. One score of note for Indiana I want to mention, I think they beat Western Illinois, the Leathernecks, which is a great, we love college mascots. What was the one the other day? That Boilermakers was great. Demon Deacons is another one that's fantastic. Yeah. I love the mascot stuff. It's such a sense of pride for so many people. And as a Duck, obviously love the Duck. Boilermaker, Leatherneck, and the Hoosier. I don't know what a Hoosier is.
I don't either. I think a Leatherneck's like a Marine.
Well, their logo is a bulldog.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
But the Hoosiers beat the Leathernecks earlier in the year, 77-3.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that's an indictment on the Leathernecks defense or Indiana's offensive ability.
I think it's both.
I think it's probably both. If I had to guess, this game's probably going to be like 24-28 or 21, 26, 28, something like that. So I've got I'm going to go soft 8-iron to kick this off. I got 10 shots to try and get some points.
Looks perfect.
Wow. I even gave that the club twirl and everything. I thought that was absolutely perfect.
Poured a little sauce on it.
Wow. Draw. Be short too. Okay, maybe it's not as small of an 8-iron as I thought. Maybe it's more of a full. That might be the worst swing I've made in a long time.
Now that's saying something.
That is saying something. Holy. Okay. Back on track. Gosh, do I go down to a 7?
I mean,
Look at it still rolling. All right, we'll go one more with the 8, then I might go down to a 7. I don't know if I got an 8-iron in me today, even though the practice swings before, I hit 3 into the touchdown zone consecutively. Short.
yeah.
Okay, I usually got my yardages pretty dialed, and like I said in my practice swings, the 8 was great, but we're gonna go with the 7 and see what's going on here.
Seven it is.
7 it is.
Touchdown. 14 zip.
Nice little smooth 7, I guess, is better than the. That one felt just flushed for a 3/4 swing. Left. Come off that hill? No? Okay. It's got to roll. Roll, baby. Gosh, I have not hit
You have 2 left, brother.
one bad shot so far.
That's good.
Nope, left. Could tell it was a draw off rip.
That's going to come down, but I don't think, no. Okay, you go. Uno más.
One more.
There you go. 21. Nice shot. That was a great shot.
Pretty sure our last two shots were identical there. They landed in the same spot.
Yep.
Okay, so 21 points for Indiana. Pretty reasonable.
That seems.
I don't think they've got 50 in them.
Nope.
But 21 points for Indiana, and we'll go ahead and move on to Nebraska and see what our final prediction is going to be.
All right, guys, here we are now at Stone Creek Golf Course, Blackstone Sandstone. Name of this course, I think there's multiple 9-hole.
There's 27 holes here.
27 holes, yeah, 3 9s, and so we're playing Blackstone Sandstone. So here we are, so on the 15th hole, 106, so we're going to do a quick heat map and fly over here, see what we're up against. Pretty straightforward. Super inviting green. I mean, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Yeah, it's about as flat as it gets, all things considered. So I'm going to go ahead and go with my 50 because it is 10 feet down, so my 45 is going to carry way too long. So take my 10 shots here and see what we can come up with for Nebraska. Short.
Gonna have to bounce.
Oh yeah, I got a field goal.
3 points.
Well, I think it might be just a little over. I think it's 6.3.
Well, we'll check.
Yeah, we'll check. Short. For some reason, my 50, I tend to hit fat. I don't know if that's just in my head. Okay. All right, Nebraska. Cornhuskers, right?
The Cornhuskers.
Cornhuskers. You know what? Talking about the mascot names and team names, I think that's very appropriate for Nebraska.
Yeah, Cornhuskers is a great one. Either that or the Fighting Warren Buffetts. That one's good. That's a touchdown. Oh, my. Okay, field goal.
Yeah, we'll take her.
So that's at least one, maybe 2 field goals.
Too many short. Left. Well, you know what? You can just tell. As soon as you make contact, you just want to, like, start over.
Scream.
Huh?
You want to scream?
You don't know if I want to scream. I just want to, like, stop as soon as I hit it. Do it over. That's way short. Bad again. Boy, guys. It must be excruciating to watch me golf. All right, so got 3 left. We did confirm that first shot was a field goal, so I'm at 6 points. Got 3 more shots here. Come on.
Roll, bounce, something. That is so skanky. Okay.
We'll take her.
I was going to say, if that rolls into the circle.
All right, 9 points.
9 points, 2 to go.
2 to go. Short.
Could bounce up again, though.
Nah, it needs to be at least 90, 95 to bounce up.
Ooh, it was close.
All right, last shot, guys. We're at 9 points, 3 field goals. Left.
Catch an edge?
Nope. All right, guys. So got my 10 in, 3 field goals, 9 points total. So we'll have Jake come up and take his 10, and hopefully he can improve upon that.
All right, guys. 9 points for Nebraska here. We need 11 points, or no, we need 12 points to tie.
Yep.
And obviously 12 or more will give Nebraska the win. I think Indiana is probably a pretty heavy favorite in this game. They are ranked 16th. I went back and confirmed. But Nebraska is certainly no slouch this year. And if the freshman can have a good game, I think his name's Dylan Raiola, if I remember correctly from that Illinois game. Certainly something that could take place. It would not shock me if they pull the upset. So I've moved myself quite a bit back from where Allen was to match the yardage where I was at on the last hole. 164 downhill 6 yards. So this should be the same, either hard 8 or soft 7. That's what she said. And I will take the soft 7. That is also what she said, and try and get a couple into the end zone here.
That'll do, pig. Touchdown.
Oh, man. That was close.
It was 3.3, so 9.9.
That was
Yeah, 1/10 of a foot.
an inch away. Okay, so it's getting late early for good old Indiana.
There's another one.
That's long.
Might be a long, yeah.
That would be game over.
That would be game over.
Okay. So let's see how big of a blowout it's going to be. Apparently my swing was found. I'm so sorry, Hoosiers.
Yep. It's 23.
It's good again. I mean, you couldn't pick a more friendly pin for me. Unfortunately, I love to draw the ball, so pin in the front left of a green is about as friendly as it gets, and I don't think we're under any illusion that this hole isn't a bit tougher than that Indiana hole was. Or I should say that the hole that we're playing now is much easier, which is why I tried to move myself back.
Okay, sitting at 26. 29.
Nope.
Still 26. Nope. I think you got maybe two more, but I think maybe it's just one.
Two more left. We're going to try and keep that inside of 25 feet going and maybe throw another touchdown or two on the board for the Cornhuskers.
Field goal.
Nope. Yep.
Up. 29.
That one's going to break the streak. It was long. Maybe? Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. All right, guys. That would be 29 points. And we'll be right back to wrap it up. And just like that, we have our prediction for this week. Nebraska pulls the upset over Indiana, 29-21. Obviously, Indiana's, I believe in their coach. I believe in their program, as Dan Lanning would say.
Yeah.
I think they're on the right track, but Nebraska is certainly nothing to mess with, and they've got a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. So hoping for a good game here. We are pulling for the upset now that we've officially predicted it. We're on a 2-game losing streak. Last week, we were very happy with that
Yes.
loss. The week before, we were disappointed. So let's get back on track. Let's pick an upset.
Let's do it.
I don't know. We did pick Alabama over Georgia, and that was technically an upset, but those teams are so evenly matched.
I think Nebraska's got a shot. They have a lot of history in their program.
Yeah.
I mean, they go way back.
Yeah, Matt Rule's a great coach as well in his own right. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hey, and while you're at it, click that notifications button. It makes it so you will not miss a single new video that we post. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. And this weekend, whether you're out on the course with your buddies, you're tailgating the Nebraska-Indiana game, or you are at home watching football, make sure that you always
Keep it straight.
Thanks, guys.